Hello dear Stationeers friends, it's 2025, April the 3rd, and Rocketworks keeps working on the new terrain system. So basically every day we have some slight improvements and such. And but today the beta they dropped is significantly bigger, so I wanted to show that just quick. So new world, ignore these are a modded world that I have here, which doesn't work with the new terrain version, but I have what's its face? I have a second. So, you know, I have a link that goes to Rocket Station Exe instead of starting it with Steam, because that's faster. I keep explaining that. And I have a copy of my Rocketworks installation folder before the new terrain system dropped, and so I have just two shortcuts. I can just, you know, choose which version I play. So here we have the terrain test moon 1K, 2K, 4K and 8K, and I made an 8K map with the difficulty, what I don't remember. Yeah, it's creative actually. And then I said terrain edit. This starts with the terrain edit tools. I was curious, and that was actually a bit underwhelming. So let's load that. Let's see. I haven't seen that yet. Let's see if that works. It's an 8 by 8 kilometer world. That's pretty huge. And it takes, whoa, it takes some time. But I mean, making this world, it took a full minute, I think. Yeah, it's a work in progress. Come on. So, what else is new? I'm reading here from the beta changelog. Edit region set to world settings data. This can be used to generically define regions of specific colors, which can then be sampled for use with biomes, etc. That's a work in progress. So if I understand that correctly, you can define in some XML file, as per usual, regions, and you can bind them to a color, which will then be part of the definition, I guess. Just some RGB color definition. And later we would have the opportunity to look at that, it's loaded. To also define for the current terrain a biome map, which would have those colors, and that would then define the region. What exactly that will do? I don't know. Maybe it's a highly abstract thing. You know that Rocketworks likes abstractions, which is a good thing. So would that be for what's his face? For ores, like here you find the gold and here you find it not? Not so much. I think rather they would do it more abstract. I think they would say, okay, we can define ore distribution via this biome map, or via this color, or via this region definition that you have made for this color. But we can also say there are more geysers here, or you can say whatever, you know, anything that they come up with in the future. So that's what that looks like. Pretty neat texture. And let's fly a little. Ignore the edge and that edge. I really went to the very corner of the map, which took a few minutes because 8 kilometers is really big. What you can see in the front of us is not a mistake. That is intentional because they added back the Spherizing shader. So the terrain drops in front of you. Now I will drop 2. Eventually, I guess. Maybe, possibly. Yeah, it's pretty jarring how the terrain's still popping, but I'm pretty sure that, you know, first you move into the house and then you clean up. You don't start with the cleanup, you first move into the house, and we're not yet there.
Health low.
I'm moving very fast. I mean, I don't know. Can we see the speed actually? Yeah, we can see it at the right bottom. I'm moving at 20 to 40 to 50 meters per second. It's very fast. Let's compare that to walk speed. Yeah, that's 10 times normal speed. Maybe I shouldn't have started with the edge, right? basically started this with everything is fake. Of course, everything is fake, but you know. Trying to achieve a certain motion effect here with the jetpack stabilizer turned off, which I had during my test. Doesn't kick in. Okay, whatever. See, I mean, it looks kind of like maybe it's a bit too small. It's like a large asteroid, not like the moon. I'm pretty sure, I mean, they haven't said so, but I'm pretty sure that the degree of spherizing shader effect will later be definable, because that's just, you know, they would make everything as parametric as possible, particularly something that doesn't really factor into the simulation, which this spherizing shader thing absolutely doesn't. It's just a visual effect. So why shouldn't they make that variable to give more variety to the worlds that can exist? Eight kilometers. I mean, it's really big. How far are we? 1/3, 1/4? Ah, definitely not. I will keep walking this direction. But let's... okay, I have on screen now, you cannot see that, the beta update information. Let's see, what else is there? Yeah, well, there was an achievement. Did you forget something? And what? Oh, I thought the map was over. If the map would hear that, it would laugh, because it's not over. That's a big map. There was an achievement called "Did you forget something?" And that achievement was not achievable until this very beta drop. Fixed achievement, did you forget something, not getting achieved, when it should have. This was happening because it was checking if the occupant of the gas canister's parent slot was a welding torch. Which was never true, because the occupant will always be the gas canister. It now checks if the parent of the gas canister's parent slot is a welding torch instead. Okay, whatever, anyway, that's fixed now. I already posted that in that recent Steam thread where that has the title. So then, made terrain region sampling, handle region textures smaller, larger than the terrain. We'll scale the region to fit and assume the region and the terrain textures are square. Wait, do we already have terrain editing tools? Yes, we do actually, but I haven't really tested them or seen them myself yet. I mean, okay, I started here with the terrain editing tool set, supposedly. What does that mean? I'm naked, man. Well, there's nothing really in my pack here, the pills, I put them in there for obvious reasons, because I'm horsing around a bit too intensely. And then there's this lamp, which is a debug headlamp. It's a temporary... wait, oops, that was wrong. It was a temporary thing, or something only for making the world, who knows, which is so very far-reaching that it's more comfortable to shape the terrain, the world, when you're in it. I don't yet know how that works, you know, how you can actually do that. I have to find that out. But one thing I can already tell you, and that is... let's go into the console with F3 and type help, and then there's the terrain editor. And this window is normally bigger. I managed to make it smaller before the video recording because it was showing all my desktop folders. I didn't like that. So here you would now choose an image. The image would then be shown up here, ideally a square image, but I think it would just be squarified, as in it would be, let me just change that, would just be, you know, the aspect ratio would be forced square, and that would then be the height map, so the height of these things here. I mean, you can see the terrain is like a bit rough here, this little detail here, there, but I'm pretty sure that that is not part of the height map. That is a normal map. I don't know that with certainty, but I'm like 90% convinced. normal map is, I mean, for people who don't know that, it's not just, that's normal, that's okay. No, that's not what that means. It means the normals, you know. Can you see here the little where the light is shining? My flashlight. Wait. Why is it not reacting? I'm doing something wrong. Right, the terraineditor. Let's close it. The little elevations here on the terrain. That would be the normal map. Ah, damn! I forgot to pause the sun. That's something I did before the video, actually. Orbit time scale. Maybe I should start over with the video, huh? But I don't wanna. I'm a bit lazy these days, admittedly. Or there? Wait. Okay. Good morning. Okay, so made terrain region sampling, handle region texture smaller, larger than terrain. And assumes the region and the terrain's textures are square. Yeah, that's kind of what I said. It will be forced to a square aspect ratio even if it isn't. And then, well, this terrain editor thing, which I just quasi showed you, allows to create this voxel terrain from the image. So we can do that right now already. So that exists. But I haven't yet found out how this would then actually become a file that you can actually load here. And maybe the answer to that is simple, I just, you know, didn't find out yet. So you can probably do that already. You can make some ridiculous image or maybe some epic height map that you know from some Counter-Strike map or whatever, and just pipe that in here, and then you have your Stationeers map, at least when it comes to heights. Okay, let's read from the beta stuff that dropped. Added the fake sphere effect back to the terrain. Let's take a look at that again. That's not the edge of the map. That's the what the flat earthers believe doesn't exist of the terrain. You know, the dropping horizon. Always rises to eye level. No, you fucking faggot, it doesn't. Anyway, so flying higher and higher. Let's do that. Let's fly higher and higher. See what that looks like. So what else do we have? Added the fake sphere back to terrain, fixed incorrect value for fake sphere terrain, added blur radius to terrain importer, I don't know what that means exactly. Deleted old test maps, fixed 8K test map can now be loaded, changed terrain serialization format, added octree cluster, deleted old terrain data, added multi-thread serialization, fixed region set not registering blah blah blah, fixed mining terrain not working correctly, okay. Increased shadow render distance across all shadow quality settings, so distant terrain will cast shadows and tweak cascades to match. That's it. Man, it looks like an asteroid basically. That's spooky. How high can you fly here? Okay, I'm flying too far. Let's get back down again. Yeah, that's basically it. I will now fly. The rest of the video is me getting back down again, haha, apparently, and flying to the edge of the map, which will take a while. So 8 kilometers, that's 4,000 Stationeers world boxes, you know, frame. That's the one edge of the map, and I'm currently flying diagonally, so that will be... Actually, I don't know if I'm still flying diagonally, probably lost orientation somewhat. But yeah, that's the new terrain system. In its not yet final form. And there's terrain tools that we now have. And probably some way to also shape the terrain. I don't know why we were spawned, supposedly with terrain tools, with the terrain... Oh, wait, terrain editor tool? Oh, I thought that was the... Wait, I have to reconsider. Can I actually use that? I thought that was just the creative tool. They just gave it the texture because it needed to have one. Oh, I have to science. Man, this video is a catastrophe, but I will keep it up because I'm fucking lazy today. Sorry. Bend off an annoying message. And then... Okay, I'm using the wand now. It doesn't do anything. Oh, at least it's green. Normally it's blue. I mean, the creative tool is blue. How can you use this? Dig. Oh! I dig that, but does it work? Okay, node does not exist. Maybe it would have worked if I would have just started this game instead of having loaded it. I mean, of course, that's not a good argument, but maybe that's the reason that the thing that we would now expect to work doesn't. Because maybe the devs just didn't test this particular situation. So I will do that then. Let me pause this. Okay, now we're back in business. Oh, well, I have a new mouse with new shortcuts, and so things are not working like they should. God, this video is a catastrophe. Anyway, so I rebooted the game, so we're on the safe side. Now let's make the smallest map we can make to be on the safe side here also, and so that it's fast. Oh, that was really fast.
Temperature critical.
Yeah, somehow. So that's the small moon map. The texture looks the same, so 1K I would say indeed refers to the size. And what I guess is that we are looking at the very same height map. That this is the very same terrain we already saw, except this is for a 1 × 1 kilometer map, and the other was stretched to 8 × 8 kilometers. So let's see what the terrain tool does. If it does anything but throw exceptions. Yeah, let's use dig, which should be what the drill does. Left mouse button. Oh, okay, something just manifested. Oh, okay. This is pretty fucking strong, god damn it. A bit too strong for my taste. Can this not be like smoother? I mean, not animated as such, but not like brute force like this. Wow. Look at that! I'm editing the fucking terrain! And you can too! If only I would know how to exactly make these VOXEL terrain maps. I mean, with a terrain editor tool obviously, but then when they have been created as a file, how do I load the file? I don't know. Anyway, so that's digging. Then we have smoothing. Oh, nice. That's smooth. Mellowing out the terrain. There's one way to mine. So we're getting there, aren't we? New terrain system is happening. Okay, so much for the smoothing. And then we have the adding. Okay. That is very effective. So it adds a sphere where I am, I guess. Well, it's time to draw some penises, I guess. Okay, then we have the none. Okay, that's it. That's what the terrain tool does. So that's where we're at. Okay. I think this video has been long enough and catastrophic too. See you again next time.